A question to start the Long Hop Cricket Podcast out to all of you 155 people.
I don't know.
If you're not going to turn up to work, you have to phone.
Oh God!
You cannot email people if you want to take the day off work. That is just the loser's way out.
Listen, we just had a conversation
You
saying
can't do that. That is so obvious that you're not ill if you email people.
in the work I do, my work, I email in.
You've got to phone. You've got to phone. If I was the big boss man, and I got an email saying I was like, oh sorry, can't come in today, I would phone them straight away.
I don't say sorry.
No? What'd you say?
I said
I'm not coming in.
I'll be absent today due to illness.
Oh, you just go full official on them.
Yeah.
Nice. Like it's not even written
but
by you.
and it
like
will
the
be-
computer's
yeah,
turned
like
it out.
And I'll put someone towards the end being like, I will make you aware of any further days I will need off.
Do you tell them what it is?
No.
No, you don't even specify why you're
illness,
ill or
yeah.
what
I
it
need
is.
to
Just
know.
illness.
If they come back saying what's wrong with you, I don't mind
Then you'll come up with
showing
something.
them the picture of my toilet. But
Right, nice.
I'm
Anyway,
I'm not very well today.
just an interesting one. Have you gonna phone? What? No,
Potentially.
maybe we'll see.
It's like a bit of a miracle that I'm even like been able to do a podcast.
Oh well, it's been a while.
I am literally keeping the Grim Reaper out at the moment.
Well, to be honest, we try. I mean, we have missed a week, haven't we? We've been pretty good recently with banging out the podcast on time, and we've missed a week.
What happened?
We tried to do one, but we were very tired. And do you know what? We took an executive decision that the quality was not good enough.
No, I'll tell you what happened. We were recording, and then like something happened with the recording that it backed onto itself, the track.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you were just like, right, that's it. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Wasn't it? We started off with just having a chat, and then
it just didn't. It wasn't very good anyway, and we were trying to muddle through.
anyway, do you want to
And the computer went fudge on us.
tell the people what they want to hear?
Oh, what's that? You're gonna have to tell them, mate.
What this is all about?
Oh well, this week's episode with me and Dave, Owen and Dave, just in case you knew, which you probably are, probably a lot of new people. But this week's episode is England are the number one ODI team in the world. Just
Well, they
it's
were
that,
last week
really.
when we wanted to record it.
They when we wanted to do this and release
And that
it,
was
they
just
were.
because there was a headline on BBC News about it. So
Yeah, but
things could have all changed.
listen, okay, a week ago,
It's all
if they're
good
not
just
still,
a week. What song's that from?
that
It's all good just a week ago.
then,
Comments down below.
then listen, that we would. The point is, recently we were the number one team in ODI cricket. How we got to that position, I don't know, because we haven't played for a long time. But we were,
Yeah.
which is, that's pretty big. If you get to number one test team in the world, that's big. So I think fair
So
play.
we've got a ODI themed.
Here's my thinking.
Podder.
Here's my thinking. What we're gonna do?
Poddy.
We're gonna have a look at the England team,
Yeah.
right? This ODI team, which does change a little bit, doesn't it, from game to game, but not massively. It's
Yeah.
pretty solid core. And then we are gonna make our own World 11.
Right.
Okay, World 11 ODI team
This is
of modern
everything.
players. And we're going to see if any of the England players get a look in.
This is everything a rainy day podcast should be, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like a chat about England and then some sort of fantasy thing. It's
Right,
like, this
yeah.
is what
Because
those
I'll be
rainy
honest
days are
with
about.
you, I don't think we have that many people who get a look in,
Interesting.
let alone
What makes
have a
you,
nailed on
what
place.
makes you think this?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think we have a single player that would get in any ODI team. Do you?
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
No, but really,
Yeah, a few.
you do. You think we have a player that,
Yeah, a lot.
no question, you're being weird now.
No.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I can tell by the way you speak. You're just deliberately being annoying.
Anyway, before we start, is that your phone on that top like Pringles?
Yeah.
You smashed up the corner of it.
Yeah. I
What
did that
happened?
ages ago.
Oh, right.
I just
shame.
dropped it. That was like within a week of having it.
Yep.
People do like information like that.
Anyway, how are things with you before we kick off?
Pretty good, mate. I'm not going to lie
Have you played
to you.
cricket
No, mate.
tomorrow?
No,
Oh,
no, I haven't played.
So what's the deal then? It's not looking good this
It's
season.
no, mate. We've meant to have had 2 games.
Yeah.
One cancelled due to the pitch. One cancelled because we didn't have a team and the weather was just perfect. And we just don't have a fixture this week because we don't have many teams to play.
Ah.
It's good, isn't it? I honestly reckon we won't play a game this year.
Do you still have to do like all the preparation for it?
No.
That's good then.
I think it might be the end of my cricket playing career.
You can go somewhere else.
I don't want to go somewhere else. No, I have no interest. If it's not for my, I'm loyal. I'm like, that's my main attribute. Nice.
I have news as well.
Oh, go on. So a bit of cricket news before we get into the old
Yeah,
the
but
proper podcast.
You haven't asked me how I'm doing.
Oh, sorry, mate. How are you doing? How's stuff at your end, mate?
In cricketing terms, right?
You're going to just talk about you feeling ill.
It's like the Grim Reaper.
Oh my god, that's not cricketing terms.
No, it is. Yeah. So like the death rattle. It's about 7 overs.
He
from
means the stumps being hit.
All right, 7 overs away from the end of play, right?
I'm
just giving every
You're
ball
talking
out.
5 day,
Yeah.
right?
I'm giving just trying to keep every ball. I'm trying to survive, right?
Monty,
Yeah.
2009.
And that's
Cardiff.
that's a metaphor for the cold I'm going.
Collingwood's watching you. You're
I'm
batting
literally just batting off the Reaper every time I can.
buddy. Yeah,
And I want to hear that death rattle, right? I'm just batting it off. Just
They've got men in close.
batting in behind the line and just trying to take one ball as it comes.
Yeah, no.
Every ball's a different ball, but I ain't getting ahead
Do
of myself.
you think you're a hypochondriac? I think you might be. I think you've just got a cold.
Yeah, but
And you're describing the Grim Reaper. I think that's being a hypochondriac, I reckon.
listen.
Anyway, mate.
When I went to the doctors, they said it's a miracle.
Have you got any cricket news?
I have, yeah.
Okay. It's up. And whilst you do it, see if you can form it into a question for me to get an opinion from me, because that's what a podcast's about.
Do you think it is a miracle that I'm still alive?
No, I want to know about the news.
Oh, we just got an email.
We got an email. Duh.
Improvements to our private policy and private controls. Decent. Right,
Oh.
cricket news.
Cricket news.
So Ireland are playing their first ever test match against the mighty Pakistan in Ireland.
Yes.
And they've currently, after
Ooh.
the close of the first day, Pakistan are 268 for 6.
268 for 6. 268 for 6. Ireland are doing all right then.
Honest even, I suppose.
Yeah, that's sort of.
Ireland
that's-
at one point did have them 159 for 6. So
Oh, okay.
Pakistan,
They got a good stand going on there.
starting to claw it back. But
Yeah.
could be interesting.
At least it's competitive. I don't know the Pakistan team, but at least it's
Well, they've got the big names like Azhar Ali,
they've changed.
Sarfraz.
They've lost 2 of their big boys, haven't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they've got Rahat Ali, Mohammed Amir.
Okay, so they're putting the proper.
Yeah, so it's
Nice.
a good team.
Cool.
Stuart Broad tops Premier League Fantasy League table out of 6 million users.
That's
Not a bad claim to
crazy.
fame, is it? And I've got some county championship news for you.
Did he win money for that?
I don't know if it's one of them ones you win winning.
That's impressive though, isn't it?
County championship news.
Right.
So I've been keeping an eye on the county championship.
Nice. Good man. Worcester particularly, or just
no,
the
it's not Worcester.
championship
It's
in
not
general?
Worcester.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just drinking a Lemsip, right?
You got all the bit at the bottom. You didn't
Oh.
stir it, did you?
No.
Grainy. Is it grainy? I'll tell you what happened to me the other day. Just going slightly off topic.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a cold myself.
Yeah.
took some they were Lemsip, but the tablets.
Gonna get her on a beer.
Lemsip, but tablets. I took them, and 4 minutes later, I was not sick, but when it just comes out halfway up your throat.
Nice.
But
That's
it
a
was
treat, isn't it?
they disintegrated in my stomach already, so it was the inside of the tablet lining my throat was one of the nastiest things ever. The taste was horrific. But carry on, mate.
Keaton Jennings has scored 2
Oh no!
first-class hundreds
Right.
for Lancashire in the First Division.
Okay.
Now, interesting you should say that. Honestly, I know he was a bit of a bunny.
He looks so bad.
If this was Hasid Hamid, right, people would be screaming for him to get back in the team, wouldn't they? They would.
No, they wouldn't.
They would.
No, they wouldn't.
If this was Hamid and made
No,
a really...
no one's screaming for him to be back in the team.
No, but if Hamid had made a really
They'd
good...
be like, "Oh, good, we've got another one."
If Hamid made a really good start to the county championship,
They'd be like, "Oh, we've got
Jennings, people would be going, he needs to be in the England team. We
No,
need
they
to put him in there.
No, they
He
wouldn't.
bloody well do.
No, they wouldn't. No, we don't. We don't need an opener. We don't. It would be nice to have another one. There's a bit of competition, but we don't need one.
Cookie scored a 60-odd today as well, so
There
he's...
you are.
There you go.
We're fine.
Along with other run scorers.
I think, or in my eyes, Keating Jennings is a long way back for England's selection, but he probably isn't.
He's probably the next one in.
Oh, fuck. You think? Just because of these 200s?
He's done it before.
Done what?
England.
Why does that... What? So?
He's just... Joe Clark of Worcester scored 200s this season.
Nice.
Middle order batsman. Might bat in that
We don't
Milan
need...
role, I suppose, if things don't go too well. But he's knocking on the door.
Nice.
And then Ollie Pope, who isn't somebody I know too much about, but he's scored a big 150 today. One score isn't enough to get you into the England team at this stage. Is it?
You really hope not.
Talking about one score, Josh Butler scored 95
In the
that tournament that no one cares for.
the IPL.
Yeah, the IPL.
I saw you, Owen Morgan on Twitter talking about it, saying it was...
And Rajasthan Royals on my team as well. So,
I don't think my team's lost yet.
do you want to? Shall I bring them up?
Yeah. What was my team?
IPL. Yours was the
They're,
Kings 11.
Kings 11. I was going to say Pune Warriors, just
I don't
because
think
that's the only one I could think of.
I don't think that's a team.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, where do they play? I put Fantasy League in.
I think
in other sporting news, Aston Villa are going to be back in the Premier League.
Oh, no one cares. I think my team is still undefeated.
They lost in the last one we looked. Right, what's your initials?
I don't know the initials, do I?
You're third.
What? Where are you?
Kings 11 Punjab, you are. Yep.
We're third.
Third with 6 wins, 5 losses.
What the hell? 5 losses.
Rajasthan Royals, which is me, isn't it?
What? You've just picked. Where are you?
We've got 5 wins, 6 losses, and we are in 6th.
All right. So we're a lot better than you.
Is it the Sunrisers Hyderabad? 9 wins, 2 losses.
That's impressive, isn't it? I think they're the team I actually picked to win it.
Nah.
Just we'll get in the playoffs. We'll make the playoffs, and then we'll win it through that. Easy work.
Anyway, let's get on to the old ODI cricket.
Okay. Have you got the England team up, mate? Because
No.
we need to have a cheeky little look at the England team.
We could probably know the England team, don't we?
Go on then, talk me through it. Openers at the moment in the ODI format.
Roy and Bear.
Is Roy still in there? Is he still in
It's
there?
a toss-up, isn't it? Roy, Hales, and Bairstow.
I think Roy probably is our...
Is it Hales and Bairstow now, or is it Roy and Bairstow?
I don't know. I think they sort of... Roy was on his way out, wasn't he? Or they given him a rest for a little bit because he did hit some bad form. I think he's done quite well in the IPL recently.
So, well, let's just say Roy/Hales and Bairstow.
Okay.
Obviously, Sam Billings is probably the next one in line after those
Yeah.
three. Number 3, Joe Root comes in at 3.
Yeah.
Number 4, traditionally it's Owen Morgan, isn't it?
Yes, I think he does bat 4. 5. Stokes bat 5 in ODIs. Tell you what, mate.
Well, it changes, doesn't it, those guys? Stokes 5, Butler 6. Is it Mo 7?
Yeah. Something like
8, Rash. Or Wokes.
And then, yeah.
9, 10, 11.
And then you've got your rotation of the...
Is the seamers, isn't it?
Yeah,
which
the
is
seamers that we change.
generally
all
you
the
choose
time.
between Wokes, Curran,
Who's the... Wood, yeah.
Plunko.
Although Plunkett's been injured for quite a while now.
Yep.
I don't think he's played for England for a good chunk of time. But that's pretty much it, isn't it? That's the England team with a little bits of. Where's Milan bat? Does he not play ODIs?
T20 cricket.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We don't normally. Well, you got Moen and Rush, both the 2 spinners. So.
But they tend to in the ODIs. We tend to play both of them.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. That's the England lineup. I think. We're just thinking about the bowlers. So we've got a lot more. David Willey was a bowler for a long time, wasn't he?
Yes.
Does Jake Ball play ODI cricket?
I think he has, but not for a while, I would say. Out of that team, out of the players who just listed there, who would be your go-to for world class? And world class being the best in the world at the moment. Not like historical, as in going up against everybody who's been world class.
Right, okay, fair enough. Jason Roy, world class? As an opener? I'm just talking about ODI cricket openers at the moment. There aren't that many that are world class.
Doesn't mean Roy is one. You think he's up there as one of the best openers in ODI cricket in the world?
Yeah, potentially.
Really?
Well, I think Hales as well, to a degree.
What? Okay.
And Bairstow.
Bairstow possibly, but I think he's had a very good start, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's
but you can only go off what he's done, can't you? I can't see Roy and Hales being up there as the like.
Well, you got no Warner anymore.
No, correct. Can't have Warner.
South African, Quinton de Kock maybe.
Does Quinton open? I think he does, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he does open.
He does, yeah.
The
Australian guys, the Indian lads, both our openers are good, aren't they? The
Yes.
Darwan and
they're very they're pretty solid. I think the Indian team.
they're probably the second best ODI team at the moment, aren't they? Behind England.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
on rankings, yeah.
But even I would say England have the best ODI team, and I think India have the second best.
You think?
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah, that's how it works out. The New Zealand guys, what is it? Guptill and someone else?
Yes,
it was that lad who couldn't hit it, wasn't it?
Who's the baby face lad they've got? The lad who looks like he's like under 12s.
Sadly.
No, batsman. I don't know where he bats. I think he opens, so it's irrelevant.
Run de Home.
No, he looks like he's like 50.
Joe Root's world class. Listen,
I think that's coming more and more into question.
I still think. No, I think what he was before, there was questions arising over his batting, was the very best in the world. He is now, still world class. He's just not the best. The likes of Virat Kohli. Well, Virat Kohli is the best now. Now there's no Steve Smith. There's probably no questions now that Virat Kohli is the best batsman across all formats in the world.
I think there is a comfortable gap between Virat Kohli and Joe Root.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
There wasn't before.
Exactly what I was saying. I was saying Joe Root was the best batsman in the world at one point, and now he's just a world-class batsman because of his current
Joe
form.
Root was in the conversation of the top 4. Now he's just a good batsman.
There became divisions in those top 4, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it was Steve Smith and Virat Kohli, and then the second division was.
I don't know. I think Joe Root was right up there with them.
Yeah, they were, but
right up there with them in the same.
Before Steve
same
Smith
caliber.
got done,
Yeah,
got told to go away for a year. It was Smith and Virat Kohli were the very best.
Yes,
and then Root and
I think Kane Williamson would need to play more.
Yeah, it's a shame because Kane Williamson doesn't necessarily get the opportunities that the rest of the batsmen do. But Joe Root's still world class in my opinion. Number 4, Owen Morgan, not particular.
No. Not recently. Definitely not recently.
Number 5, Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes is world class. Can't argue with that. I think the state of all-rounders in cricket at the moment is very poor.
I think it's the fact that he can do everything to a good standard.
I think if you look at all-rounders, right?
Apart from probably his bowling, I don't rate his bowling at all.
You look at all-rounders in world cricket at the moment, I don't think I've ever seen it as bad as this.
Well, I think India are strong for all-rounders.
Yeah, but
But that's one team.
Listen, who are India's all-rounders? Jadeja?
Jadeja's a good all-rounder.
Stick Jadeja next to Jack Harless. He's not he's not an all-rounder. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, yeah, well... But hang on. That you're picking possibly the best all-rounder.
Stick Jadeja next to Freddie. Freddie's still more of an all-rounder than Jadeja. No, he is.
Okay.
I'm not saying Freddie was... Listen, Jadeja might even be a better bowler than Freddie, right? But Freddie could probably win you the game with the bat single-handedly, and Jadeja...
Definitely can as well.
They can't.
Yes, shut up. The guy can come in for the last 10 overs and win the game.
Nah.
That's such a silly thing to say in ODI cricket, that someone can't come in and win the game with a bat.
No, I was saying this across all formats.
We're talking about ODI cricket.
Yeah, I was saying if you look at this in world cricket, look at the state of all-rounders.
Just generally.
Yeah, it's very poor.
Yeah, it is. I think you're right. I also think that England, probably more than others, look too hard for it. That they want a bowler to be able to bat, and they want a batsman to be able to contribute with some sort of bowling.
Jadeja is a bowler that
I think
bat.
It's silly. Oh, I think he's very close to being as good at both as you can be.
I think he's a very good batsman, but he's not. I don't know if he's...
I think he's underrated.
I really like Jadeja. I really like Ashwin, right? I really like them both.
Ashwin is a bowler.
But I find it hard to count them as all-rounders.
I think Ashwin I find harder to count as an all-rounder. But it's only because of how poor all-rounders are at the moment as to why Ashwin is on the cusp. He definitely shouldn't be.
Do you think Jadeja should be?
Yeah, Jadeja is an all-rounder.
So you think Jadeja is his...
I think Jadeja, if he played in any era of cricket, would be counted as an all-rounder.
Nah.
Whether he'd be good enough to get in the team, he might not be.
Jadeja,
but I think he counts as an all-rounder.
Shane Warne an all-rounder?
Close, but probably not, just because of the standard of the team he was in at the time.
So I don't think Shane Warne's an all-rounder. Or anywhere close. Jadeja is certainly closer.
Is it just because you want an all-rounder to be a batsman who can bowl?
No, because good question.
Because Shane Warne is a bowler who can bat.
Who can bat. But I think Chris Woakes is a bowler who can bat, but I wouldn't count him as an all-rounder.
No, but he's close, isn't he?
Jadeja's closer.
Yes. I think Jadeja counts. I think Jadeja's an all-rounder.
I'm thinking of all-rounders. Daniel Vettori wasn't an all-rounder in my books.
No. Probably
but he's
not,
up there.
No. But
in that same category as we've just mentioned those players. I'm just thinking of all-rounders. Angelo Matthews?
Yeah.
All-rounder?
Yeah, he probably is.
But he's a batsman that can bowl again.
Yeah. I think you prefer a batsman who can bowl.
Yeah, Freddie was a bowler who could bat, though.
Yes.
Freddie was an out-and-out bowler who could bat, wasn't he?
I think...
Beefy was exactly the same.
Yes.
Better bowler than batsman, but better batsman than Freddie.
A different calibre to Freddie.
But if you look at their averages, they're very similar.
Yeah, but different levels. Come on. Freddie never batted like Ian Botham did.
No, so it's not, no.
I mean...
But Ian Botham must have had some bad times
yes,
in his
but
career.
Ian Botham.
Do you know what I mean? For
Ian
his average
Botham
to be like
could
32.
actually win you a game on his own.
Yeah, and
He could go out and just smash a massive 100 and take a five.
I was thinking of other all-rounders.
I think Freddie rarely did both in a game.
Freddie was the kind of player, right, that with a ball would have fantastic games but not pick up heaps of wickets.
Yeah.
Freddie was the kind of bowler that would get wickets down the other end.
I think Freddie was almost a better bowler later in his career.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Like in 2009, that last Test series he played, Ashes, he was deadly.
Yeah.
He was easily our most dangerous bowler in that series.
I'm trying to find myself a bowler who could bat as a genuine all-rounder.
What about the Bangladeshi captain?
I think he's a batsman that bowls.
Are you sure?
Shakib Al Hassan? No, I think he's a batsman that bowls.
I think he's a bowler that bats.
I don't think he's the first change spinner.
What, you think he's a third spinner?
I think he's the second spinner in that team.
So that is first change.
No.
First change.
He's like, okay, he's not the first spinner in the team.
Yeah. First change is the second spinner.
Yeah, well. First change is the third bowler, isn't it, effectively?
First change is the second bowler.
No,
because the first change.
First change is when you have the two opening bowlers, and the first change is whoever takes one of those opening bowlers out.
Right, but
that's the third bowler.
But if you're a spinner,
yeah, he is the second spinner in that team.
Yeah,
he's not.
But so hang on. So an all-rounder in your eyes, he has to be in the top 5 with the bat and the first change. Or
no,
if he's a spinner, he has to be the spinner. So you count Moeen Ali?
No, I don't think Moeen Ali is good enough. But I think Ben Stokes.
What standards do you hold an all-rounder to? So they have to be one of the best in the team at both.
You have to be very good at both.
What do you count that as?
So they have to be consistent with the bat and consistent with the ball.
What do you count that as?
I'd say Ben Stokes is an all-genuine all-rounder.
Ben Stokes' bowling is dog. If you're counting people who bat and bowl,
listen,
his bowling is dog.
Ben Stokes is a genuine all-rounder.
Definitely not if you're holding them to high standards. His bowling is rank.
Ben Stokes, Freddie Flintoff and Beefy are all in the same category. Apart from those guys are bowlers who batted.
Please.
It's just the other way around for Stokes.
Please.
Batsman that bowls.
Please. Ben Stokes is nowhere near Beefy's level.
No, yeah. No, I'm not saying that.
Come on.
He might even be a better batsman, though.
Please.
I think he is, you know.
Shut up.
Ben Stokes is a batsman that can bowl.
Shut up. Ben Stokes is a batsman who can catch. We're not getting very far with this, are we?
Could you think of another all-rounder? Genuine all-rounder.
Wicket-keeper doesn't count, does it?
Andrew Simons didn't play enough.
Do you know what? I think, and I don't count him as one.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure he plays anymore. JP Duminy. South Africa would count him as an all-rounder. I don't think he bowled anywhere near well enough.
No, or consistently enough.
No.
He
wasn't. I don't even. I think his stats were reasonable, but
I never. Actually,
I never really rated him as a player at all. I didn't think he was that good.
What about of yesteryear?
Just trying to think. If you go back a little bit, who would you count as an all-rounder from teams? Who, in that really strong era of Australian cricket?
Yeah,
who was their all-rounder then? Who did they have? Shane Warne, I think, was their closest.
No.
I think he was, because they had such a strong batting lineup, but they were
what
just
about that
batsmen.
great West Indies team, the Viv Richards team?
Gary Sobers, but he was before Viv, wasn't he? That's quite a while.
And
he
was
was seriously shit hot.
Both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gary Sobers was incredible, although probably a batsman who bowled.
Again, that's another one that's fallen into the category which I hold as a genuine all-rounder.
Yeah, I think you
go
more
isn't
on
it?
batting.
I think I would like to find a bowler. I am aware that this might be coming to a very silent podcast. If we
You can't really just spend it.
continue
thinking,
to go,
But it's a good question.
Some comments would be nice on
I
this
think
one,
the best all rounders are batsmen who bowl, that are counted as the best all
a
rounders.
challenge to anyone who's
Probably apart from Beefy.
brave enough to listen to this podcast.
Beefy's probably the only one who goes against that.
Let us know if you know a bowler / how do you
A bowler who can bat
bats as a genuine all-rounder.
as not a genuine, just one of the best.
Yeah,
I think the best ones are always batsmen who bowl.
And
Beefy's the only one who's a bowler who batted that we can think of.
Shada Freedy, where does he stand? That's a really interesting one. Just think ODI cricket, right? It's not.
Then he's a genuine all-rounder. I'd say his quality is the same.
I think he might be a better bowler.
Yeah, but not
because his batting doesn't come off, does it?
Not by much. Oh,
that's
okay,
an interesting one.
Maybe.
So I think if you look at his stats, right, I think his bowling would be better than his batting.
Maybe.
I've just found the code for the Enigma. Anyway, where were we? Ben Stokes, world class.
Yes. If you're going on now, players playing now.
Josh Butler, world class?
No.
ODI cricket? Gotta be.
No.
No. Why?
I don't think he's consistent enough.
You're a liar.
I'm not. I'm saying
Well,
I don't think.
Wicketkeeper,
I can't possibly be lying.
Wicketkeeper batsman that better than him?
Quinton de Kock.
Yeah. Name another one.
AB de Villiers.
Doesn't keep.
Shut up. Yeah, he does. He's wicket keep loads.
Who's wicket keep now?
Get out of town. AB de
I'm thinking
Villiers.
of MS Dhoni. He's the only other
MS Dhoni. That's
AB de Villiers
three.
doesn't
That's
count.
3.
You can't have the
Who
same.
Else is there?
Who
else is in
the
there?
same keeper on the same team twice.
Who else is there? I don't know. I don't think
And
he's
you're
that good.
MS Dhoni is a special talent, right? So fair enough. Quinton de Kock's good.
He's
AB de Villiers doesn't count
much better.
in that
He's much
category.
better. Quinton de Kock's much better.
Yeah, Quinton de Kock's
Comfortably better.
MS Dhoni's a legend of the game.
They're both way better.
Quinton de Kock's a very good player, but you can't name of any others. Safrez Ahmed's a very good player, but not as good as Butler.
I don't think Butler stands out in front of everyone else.
Apart from the two players you've just named, I think he does.
Who's the New Zealand wiki?
Is it? It's not Latham, is it?
I don't know. I don't think he's that much better than the rest of the ODI wicketkeeper batsmen around the world. There's those two. There's Quinton
the Australian one's not great.
There's Quinton de Kock or Tim Payne.
Yeah, but he's not Butler standard.
There's Quinton de Kock. There's MS Dhoni. They're at the top.
MS Dhoni arguably
and I
better.
think there's pretty much a pool of the rest of them.
Butler third, then the pool.
No, not at all.
I
think Butler's good. I think he's just too inconsistent.
Number 7, Mo.
What are you talking about?
Is Mo world class?
No, come on, no.
I think Mo's not a bad ODI player. I'm not saying he's world class. I'm not saying he's world class.
Please. If you're making an ODI team, he doesn't get in it, are you? At World 11. He's nowhere near it. He's not even in the discussion. You wouldn't talk about him.
Number 8. Rashid or Wokes? Which one do you want to? I would say Wokes probably.
Wokes is probably a better chance of getting in the 11. But again, I think when you've got the luxury of picking from across the world, as soon as you get into, if you're not looking for your all-rounder, you don't really care because you don't want your bowler. You don't really care if they can bat particularly because you should have such a strong top 6 or 7.
You can't Viv Richards as a genuine all-rounder.
No.
No?
No. Do you even know what he bowled? You don't, do you? You're just taking a stab.
Oh, I do know.
He bowled like some little off spinners.
It was right arm off, wasn't it?
No, I don't even think he really bowled at all.
No, you didn't.
Right.
Works isn't world class though.
Not at the moment. I don't. needs
Rashid's
a little
not-
bit longer.
Rashid's
Rashid
not-
isn't.
No, because
No,
there's a lot of very
many
spinners.
good spinners.
There's not many others.
Wood.
No.
Yeah, we don't.
Bowlers
really,
aren't world class, but the thing is with the ODI team, right?
got Anderson, haven't we?
But he's not in the ODI team.
No, he used to be.
The thing is with the ODI team is no one is world class, right? But that's a world class team.
Yes, it's weird, isn't it?
How does that work?
I think it's sort of. I don't know. It's sort of. Oh, it's a team, isn't it? It's a team. You don't need them all to be world class. We've got two, I'd say, who compete
Who's that?
to be world class, and that's Stokes and Root.
Bairstow?
Bairstow probably does, but I feel you can only do it on what they've done so far. So probably he is, but he needs a little bit longer to be
Sean Pollock.
considered. Sean Pollock's a very, very good good player.
Genuine all-rounder?
No, I don't think he's good enough with a bat.
So you think Sean Pollock's worse off than Jadeja? You're like, you don't know what you're doing.
What? I don't think he was good enough with the bat.
You think Jadeja has been a better batsman than Polly? No.
Are you telling me if you could only pick them as batsmen, you'd have Sean Pollock over Cadet? You're an idiot.
100%, yeah.
You're an idiot. You'll just find some little
Kapil
average from
Dev.
some random series.
Which
to back
Kapil
yourself
Dev's
up.
a batsman though first, right?
Probably.
I've googled it here. So
Oh my god. You can't form an opinion of your own.
Richard
can you?
Hadley?
Richard Hadley. Bowler first, isn't it? Is he New Zealander?
Richard Hadley is from New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah. You don't know who he is. You just said a name and you didn't know who it was.
I knew who Haddles was.
You are so full of it. Okay, should we construct our World 11? Construct
Yeah.
our World 11.
Yeah.
And see who we end
So
up
my
with.
openers are going to be Butler and Bairstow.
Fucking shut up.
Remember Matt Pryor used to open?
Yeah, I don't think that was a good decision. I do think he was a very good ODI player, though,
Yeah.
as a wicketkeeper batsman.
Do you remember
I'd much rather have him than Butler.
when we used to play like Strauss?
Well, we only just stopped playing Alistair Cook like 3 years ago. He was our opening batsman.
That was so bad, isn't it?
Do you remember when we had Trot and he was just incredible?
Yeah,
Seemed like
that's
to just
fine.
play the same but still get loads of runs.
England had no idea, did they, really, at one point?
My go-to for an opener in world cricket for ODI would be Finch.
Does he even open?
Yes.
In
He
ODI
opened
cricket?
with Warner, but for some reason they dropped him after like 3
I
games,
gonna
even
say
though he scored
Quinton
a lot of
Descartes.
runs. The problem with that is do we need him to open? If we're making a World
Yeah.
11,
Yeah.
there's going to be... Why waste an opening position on him when we're making a World 11? We could just have a very strong back. It's not like he's going to do any worse, but just coming in a little bit lower.
We could do a lot better coming in a lot higher.
You're doing this again.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm going to go with
So you think there's-
Quinton and Gautam Gambia.
really?
Yeah, who have you got?
Does Gambia even play for India anymore?
I don't know.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I think that's a nice little opening partnership.
You think Gautam Gambia is one of the best ODI opening batsmen in the world? Are you just searching on Google now? Just actually can't come up with a genuine opinion.
I can.
You're just trying to find stats now. This is ridiculous.
Oh, you've
Gautam
already got your team
Gambia.
written down.
Does Gambia actually play for India?
You don't know.
I don't think he does. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. He doesn't play. I don't think he's played ODI cricket for India for ages.
I'm on the player rankings now, so we'll find out.
Jesus Christ.
David Warner's number 3.
Well, that's a lie. He can't be.
Aaron Finch is 14th.
He doesn't play that much. I'd have Finchy and I'd have Guptill. partly because I really like them, but I think the
All right,
stats
I'm
will
gonna
be
go
pretty
with,
strong behind me.
Not
Oh,
Gambia.
you've just got the world ranking. You've got the rankings up, and you're just going to pick the top ones from the rankings.
I want to go Quinton and Shakir Darwin. That's who I'm thinking of.
No, you weren't. You never crossed your mind. You're so full of shit.
You're not swearing. All right, guys. Owen has been extremely unprofessional.
No, I'm not being unprofessional. You're
won-
making...
About 10, 15 minutes ago, I know this all sounds disjointed because you're listening to this. You won't get what's going on, but he pulled his wire out purposely.
I didn't know. I didn't.
And now he's saying, I can't do this with you doing your bit of the podcast.
We've restarted this bit several times.
Yeah,
I'm trying to take it seriously, making a World 11, and you start saying random French words and then going, what does that mean? speaking over me as I'm trying to discuss a World 11.
Has this been one of the best shows you've ever done?
Saying, what does that mean? And then you keep going, oh, should we just call it a day? So we need to get on with it so we can actually put some content out. Because at the moment, you just don't care. And that's unacceptable.
No. What about number 3 then?
Number 3.
Not much competition in that.
Right, here we go.
Batting lineup, is there?
So, should we call it?
No.
Should we call it?
No.
Because you just don't care at this point. Let's call it a day, shall we?
No. So, take 57 because Owen can't keep his head in the game while doing
You're
this podcast.
highly unprofessional.
No, you are.
Right.
So number 3.
We're getting on to number 3. We've said this a million times. We know our number 3 is Virat Kohli.
I'm going to go
Everyone
with
else thinks
Joe Root.
Virat Kohli. Yeah, good. Okay, so number 4.
Well,
I say Kane Williamson. You're not.
You
in
say
agreement
tomato, I
with me
say
there.
tomato.
Right, good. This is good. This is better. Than
I'm
before.
going with AB.
Because
in the phone book he comes up first.
true. But in cricketing terms, why would you pick him first?
I think you need your best batsman to face the most amount of balls, and AB de Villiers is one of, if not the kingpin of ODI cricket ever.
Do you not want him finishing the innings?
Well, I've got to finish it down the back end of my innings.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. See, I'm not leaving him that late. You know, I'm just gonna leave him one more position. I'm gonna bring him in at 5. I'm going Kane Williamson because he scores a little bit slower, but he's my Jonathan Trott. He's my Jonathan Trott. So I'm bringing AB in at 5. He's not my wiki, mate.
Number 4 is surely.
AB at 5. Williams at 4.
Okay.
Williamson
I'm going to go with Williamson at 5, and then my mate MS Dhoni at 6.
That's a good shout with MS Dhoni, but I think he's had his days over the hill. So I'm going to go with Quinton.
MS Dhoni, the best ever ODI player to play the game.
That's a big shout.
Listen, the Indian fans don't mind that.
But I'm going to go with Quinton coming in at 6.
What do you reckon about MS
wicket-keeper.
Dhoni being the best ever ODI player to play the game?
I feel that's a whole separate podcast, mate, because it's such a good question. So we'll leave that. Who are you having at 7, mate?
Kumar Sangakkara.
Can't have him, doesn't play anymore. Who are you going to have?
Number 7.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up for me, right?
When you pull your hood up like that, you pull your hood up to try and like cover your face with it. First of all, it's terrible for audio because the hoodie's now covering your face. And it like squids your face up. You look like something from Wind in the Willows. Who are you having at 7?
It's a toss-up for me, mate.
Hit between?
Ben Stokes, Shakib Al Hassan.
Who are you going to pick? And why? It's like, go on.
Shakib Al Hassan keeps on fists himself.
Right. So you're picking him?
I'm going to go with Shaq, yeah.
Yeah, Shaq. Yeah, I'd agree.
I'll go with Big Shaq on this one.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Do you remember when Big Shaq gave it out a bit to Butler?
Was it him?
Well, it was that team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Bangladesh team. I don't know if it was him. I don't think you should comment on stuff like that if you don't know.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah. What was the other French saying you've tried to say several times?
What does sacre bleu mean?
I think it's... it doesn't matter. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have him. He's my spinner, and he's not my only spinner.
So who's going to be your number 8, Owen? I can't wait
My
to find
number
out.
8 is Rabada,
So's mine.
and I've picked him purely on pace.
Stats. Pace.
Yeah, I've picked him on pace because I think he's probably up there as the fastest.
My number 9 is Bumrah.
I didn't pick Bumrah. His action annoys me. So I picked Mitchell Stark, left armour, and some serious pace again.
But also could certainly go a distance.
And he can bat. Rabada and Stark know which way round to hold it. Could chip in with a cheeky 50.
Why can't we have... Yeah, go
Then
on,
number 10. Number 10.
With Hazelwood.
Yeah. Hazelwood's a good shout. That just shows Australia have got a good bowling attack, haven't they?
Only when it reverses.
Not true. I'm going to have Hazelwood 10, and at number 11, I'm going to have Tahir as my second spinner. Who's your number 11 going to be? If you sneeze into the mic, I will flip my what's it. Who are you going to have as number 11?
It's a bit of a toss-up, right?
You
literally.
can't keep saying that. You've got to say something different.
These two bowlers have got the potential to toss the ball up as well.
Are you into this?
Rashid Khan or Imran Tahir? Because you've got Imran, I'll go Rashid.
Right. So you're just having the one spinner?
No, I've got Shaq, haven't I? Big Shaq.
Right, okay.
Yep,
Right.
certainly.
Okay, so that's our 11. Interestingly enough, mate, before you mention it,
Yeah.
because we've tried this before, we've done it already, we didn't pick any England players. There was a few in the question. I didn't. You seem to have sort of changed your mind all over the place throughout doing it. I mean, how many times would you say we've had a go at recording this one? A good few times, and you've come up with a different team every time because you're off your... It's probably too late for you, really, this, isn't it?
Probably.
It's a bit too late, and you've had a few too many Red Bulls, which you like to claim is beer, like a 5-year-old. Do you know, when Red Bull first became like a thing...
Yeah. I thought it was alcoholic, did you?
Yeah. Was it, that village shop?
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in there, and they used to have it next to the beer. I used to think, what is that? I would love to have it, but it must be alcoholic.
I didn't start drinking Red Bull until I was about 17.
And no, you can't. No, you can't stop.
Back.
You haven't looked back. I don't think that's good for you,
I need to sort my life out.
Right. Anyway, before this becomes a different type of podcast,
Can't wait for the slating comments.
Listen, I don't think, like we said at the start, I think England are a good team. Do they have any world-class players of modern era? No. Honestly, I don't think they have anyone who would get in a World 11.
Stokes, potentially.
Possibly, he's our best shot. But I still think you can make a world...
Root, potentially.
No. I don't think Root gets in the World 11.
Rashid.
For spinners.
Well, just in case, when you do
Just in case of what?
You
Just in case of what?
You're doing like a draft and you thought you were getting Rashid Khan, but you actually got Adil Rashid. Anyway,
listen, if you've enjoyed the podcast,
I
please
can't
let
believe
us
you
know
have.
because we're going to get a battering. So if you've liked it, do you please let us know.
some people,
we need comments as well. If you think Dave should call it a day and let's get his dog on the microphone instead, leave
there's
a
some
comment.
people, right, which I love these people, that will just, when the podcast goes up, I think they've got notifications on. They just come and like it.
Good. That's nice. That's very nice. Yeah.
And if you knew what song we referenced earlier, then please let us know.
Did you reference?
Yeah, it was all good just a week ago.
Right. Nice.
Huh?
Yeah. So, Long Hop Cricket Podcast. Glad to have this. Will probably get a few new ones coming in, won't it?
Another day, another dollar.
If we don't get past 160 after this,
listen, comments are needed. We need rainy day episodes ideas as well.
we don't need them. But they'd be helpful. They'd be helpful. We want to give you what you want.
And listen, this is our 93rd episode, and they've been all very good.
No, they're all been good, and they will continue to be. Hope you enjoyed it. Do you know what? We're going to change it up this week, and I'm going to press this button right here.